Hello and welcome to this video walkthrough of the Open Access website. So when you arrive at the homepage, you have this lovely toolbar here with a lot of different options for your navigation. So if you're interested in learning more about the Open Access Network and the regional teams, you can head on to this tab. If you are in California and you are interested in a specific region and what teams are available for you, so for example, let's do like region one and you're interested in AAC, then it will drop down and tell you if there are any lead teams in that region. So this tab has all the information about our regional team leads. And then if you want to learn more about the project and the team that's kind of running that, um, there you go. You can kind of check that out. Alrighty, so then Open Access has three different uh, projects within it. So there's the Universal Design for Learning, Accessible Curriculum for All, and the Building Tiered Supports for AAC. So within each of these tabs, there's an overview of kind of the concept. Some Each of them has some different things listed, but this one includes CAST and the UDL guidelines. So if you navigate there, there's a great kind of visual for you. Um, and then there's some research and resources. So if you're interested in any of the research, you can check out these websites. And then there's a resource flip kit. And all three of our sections will have this in their own way. So for this resource flip kit, it's based off of the CAST guidelines. And so say you're looking for a way to build engagement in an activity and you want to leverage a digital tool, then you can kind of filter it and it will give you examples of tools that would help you with that area. And there's a ton on here. So this is definitely a place that you can kind of go through and explore different options. And then there's some free resources available for you as well. So take a look at these. There's some PDFs you can kind of explore more. All right. So moving on to our accessible technology. So this one, again, has an overview of what it is, and it has a handy dandy flip kit. And this is ever growing and changing and updating. So definitely a great place to check out. So for this, you would decide what strand that you're kind of looking for. So say you're looking for something to support with writing and composing. So right off the bat, it's going to come up with a bunch of options that are kind of like all the ones that we have kind of available so far. And then say you want to narrow it down to something that's going to help you with, let's see, note taking, then it will filter it. So you can see what kind of comes up. And then you could further narrow it down because you want it to be a tool. Well, maybe a strategy, maybe a resource. There we go. So there's different things depending on how you kind of filter it. Or you can clear and go right back to all of the options. So definitely recommend checking this out and kind of getting lost here because there's a lot of great ideas and tools available to explore. Alrighty. And then there's also some free resources like the other one that we looked at. Um, and once it loads, there we go. There's actually quite a lot here, so I recommend taking a few minutes to look through all of this. There's an AT consideration guide, and this is kind of an overview of how to really do an AT consideration process that will then um, support the completion of an AT consideration worksheet. And there's a completed example here for you to kind of see um, what that looks like. And there's also some handouts for, how to do an AT consideration, like quick overview, and then documenting it on the IEP, as well as some digital tools and supports. And this one kind of folds into like a pamphlet kind of thing. And then in terms of implementation, there's a lot of resources here to kind of support keeping track of tools and how it's going and kind of what is working, what do we need to change, trials, adding it to the IEP. So there's a lot of resources here and then some additional visuals as well. So definitely spend some time here. And then the last tab is the augmentative and alternative communication. So again, what is AAC? And then it does have the AAC resource flip kit. So if you navigate here, this one is organized based off of the communicator levels. So if you have perhaps an entry communicator, then it will filter some tools that might be something to kind of start thinking about, or like a starting point as you're considering some potential tools to explore and trial for a student or an individual at that communicator level. Because if I then switch it to advanced, these options will change. So there's some examples here for you, but you can definitely use this resource flip kit to help with exploring those tools. And then there are a plethora of free resources available for AAC. There's a lot of core boards. So we have lanyard size, we have Spanish and English, we have some that have feeling strips. There's activity specific. So we have, bubbles or farm or art. And then this right here, you can print it out and it turns into a flip book. There's quite a bit of vocabulary available in this one. And as you can see, there's a lot more. So lots of core boards available. And then down here, we have some collaborative teaming tools. So this roles and responsibilities is kind of like at a glance, who's responsible for what, who's going to program, who's going to keep track of new things added, etc. So a great kind of tool for the team. And then the AAC snapshot over here kind of is an overview, one-stop shop for all the information that you need to know. Passwords, what is the tool, what is the software, backup information, etc. All that information we wish we had all the time, especially for new students or anybody transferring in. And then down here, there's some additional implementation resources. This is a nice little kind of print out some basic concepts in AAC, examples of our favorite tools, and then some scaffolds for um, activities and supporting AAC implementation. Alrighty. Well, those are the three kind of main tabs, and then you can definitely explore. We have a blog and our social media, and then if you're interested in any of the events that are upcoming, you can find those here. All right. Well, thank you for going on this navigation journey with me, and I hope that you enjoy kind of seeing all the great things that are available. All right. Take care.